the writer's strike is over. And the actor's strike, and all of the strikes, which I'm very excited about as someone who's been boycotting covering anything, primarily because of just everything and not wanting to cross picket lines. So I am very excited. That's why we're doing this special random stream a little bit. Yeah, wow, I can't believe it's finally over. I literally thought this would never happen. So I'm pretty excited. And we're getting set up. So what I want to do is to cover the Fallout show. Super excited about it. But I wanna get the people in here. So we're gonna also live stream on TikTok. Simultaneously. Honestly, I knew that negotiations were happening. Hello, gaming hippie. How are you? I knew negotiations were happening. So now that it's over, I'm very excited. Application approved for 7 days. Oh my God, TikTok's actually letting me do stuff. It's a miracle. Wow. Let's see if I can do both simultaneously. How are you doing, gaming hippie? Are you doing well tonight? Are you having a good evening? I hope you're doing good. Okay. Landscape mode. We're just gonna tell the TikTok live stream to capture what's going on YouTube, which will be a good time. I need to fix my resolution. How does one do that? Okay. I am. Hello, thank you. This is the beanie that I met Todd Howard in, which was fun for me. Very exciting. So, let's see if this will. Okay. I'm really happy that the writer's strike is finally over. Let me know if you're having any issues hearing me, seeing me, all good things to let me know about. So, add source, display capture. Yeah, window capture. The goal, we're going live on TikTok as well, which is always a fun time, figuring out how to do both simultaneously. 5x5, sweet. Awesome. I am glad. So how's everyone doing tonight? I'm very excited. So apparently, officially, the writer's strike is now ended as of 1 after midnight. It's now 10. It's now 11 after, so 10 extra minutes. Nah, stay on YouTube. I actually make more money off of YouTube. The reason I'm adding TikTok is because that's where the people are. You know what I'm saying? All right. Add. We need to add a audio. Oh my God. Alrighty then. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Pretty exciting. Oh man, I'm so excited. Okay. Perfect. 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 Y'all, we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh God, I cannot believe that the actors and writers strikes are now over. I saw friends who were in the unions posting about that they were getting emails from SAG AFTRA telling them, yeah, it's over. You can go back to work like tomorrow, today, right now. I mean, if people wanted to shoot at midnight, I guess they could. Okay. Choose topic. Chat. Save. And you know what? We're gonna also be live on TikTok. Oh gosh. Buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I'm gonna have to get everything on the same screen so I can manage what is going on. All right. We'll just keep it up here. All right, yeah. So the strike is now over. This is such a big deal. Like, as a creator, I've been foregoing posting about the Fallout show, and the writer strike and the actor strike, and now it's over, which means I can talk about it. Because that was the thing limiting creators, was like, it's over. It's over. That 4 months of the actors and writer strikes, for it to end today is very exciting. It's so exciting. I just want to I'm like double checking that I have everything. You can probably see it, my reflection behind me. Yeah, so excited. I'm so excited because like I know it's very good for the actors too, because now they can actually like go back to work, and a lot of them were, you know, that they didn't have money, they didn't have income, they weren't working. so wild to me, and so obviously difficult, so here. So now that it's over, it's like take a little deep breath, because it's very exciting. It's now they can go back to work. Now we can actually talk about it as creators. What is going on, a largemouth bass? How are you doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes? No? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down if you're on TikTok. I'm also live on there, and I am live on my YouTube. So that's what's going on. Wow. Guys, I'm so excited. And now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Fallout TV show a little bit, because, like, of course we're going to. I've been waiting to talk about the Fallout TV show for so long. I'm going to do a long-form video on it tomorrow. Yeah, glad you guys can hear me over on TikTok as well. It is definitely, it is time to discuss. It's time, guys. We got to talk about it. We got to finally talk about it. Honestly, at this point, it's like, I cannot believe that the strike is over, because now I can talk about it. And I'm so excited that there was a trailer that like came out at Gamescom that I wasn't able to see, or well, like I saw, but I wasn't able to share because of the strike. So now that it's over, obviously it's time to talk about it. I was going to wait for a bit to talk about it, but then it ended up just like, yes, this is a Starfield mic. Someone's asking on TikTok. It is a Starfield mic. Thank you for asking. But yeah, people are pretty hyped about it being over. And my friends who are actors shared that, yeah, they got notice. Go back to work, babies. It's over, which is so exciting, obviously, for everybody, myself included. It's time to cover it. It's time to cover it. So way back during Gamescom, I can't remember specifically the weekend that happened, but that was a long time ago. And it's finally over. Oh god, I'm so excited. Gamescom happened and they released this trailer at Todd Spoke, and it was kind of like a slapdash job, in my opinion, of a trailer for the Fallout show. And we didn't get like a lot of info from it. There was no voiceover, there was no like speaking really that was super audible, although it was kind of like someone was recording it in a closed door thing for just like insiders, which is really crazy. I didn't cover it specifically myself because of the strikes that were occurring. I didn't want to cover them. I didn't feel like it was cool to cross the picket line in that respect. So I didn't cover them. Now the strike is officially over. The actors can go back and we can talk about it. So I'm going to try and find, I think it's on Fallout on Twitter. Fallout Films, I think, shared it. Typically what happens is someone will share it share whatever. Wow, that has 2 million views. I can finally like and retweet this now. Oh my gosh. Basically, typically what happens is like the first person who shares it usually gets a takedown for whatever they've posted, and then the second person typically it stays up for whatever reason. I don't know why. That's just kind of been the trend. So we're gonna break down what we have so far. It's not a lot. I don't think they could finish an official trailer until after the strike end because, yeah, literally no one could narrate. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Oh, okay. So let's get this set up here in OBS. Bye. Enjoy lurking as you fall asleep. I know there's going to be a longer video going up on YouTube tomorrow for this. So don't you worry, you guys. You're going to be getting a long video on this tomorrow. I might work on it tonight, might edit it, but I wanted to go live because this is so exciting. Like, we can finally talk about it. So if you're on TikTok, you don't already follow my YouTube, go follow it. It's the same username. I'm also live on there if you want to switch over to that one. So have at it. Okay. Let us add this window so I can show you what I'm looking at. Show me what you're working with. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna just crop this bad boy a little bit. Just a teensy little. This is the nature of doing things live. This is like where people who just go live all the time, that's all they do. I don't know how they do it, in all honesty. That's a difficult thing to do. So this is from Gamescom. I saw it in a few places, but Fallout Films shared it, and I think, yeah, they got a ton of followers because they shared it. Which, I could have been sharing stuff too. I just chose not to because of the strike. But okay, I think we're gonna do this with you, for you guys without sound. You don't really need sound. There's not a lot of sound happening in this thing, so I'm gonna mute it on my end as well. All right, we get a vertibird flying over some kind of military base in that opening sequence here. Super interesting. I think if you're looking at the background of this video, we can see here that it is in kind of like what looks like to me like a super dusty kind of like a very dusty and like dingy looking landscape, which I think is really interesting. Thank you. I'm glad you love my videos over on TikTok. Don't forget, I'm on YouTube too. Maybe I'll throw up a little text box for you guys so you don't forget. It's so important. Head on over to my YouTube for all my long form videos. I'm just going to say long. What do I call it? Actually, you know what? I think I have an image with it. I'm gonna double check on that one. You know what? We'll just do it as a text box. Add. All right, we're doing it. We're adding the text box, so you guys know where to go. Sorry, YouTube, or YouTube's like, what are you talking about? Had to add it over on TikTok. All right, so we see a vertibird here, and this vertibird is over a military base. It appears to have other vertibirds next to it. I'm assuming this is something like Area 51, and that's what I'm hoping, at least, because that would be in Nevada, if you don't know that already. All right, so we get that little sequence. It's just like a little jump of that, boom, flying over a military base. Super cool. We already got the like vertibird things leaked quite a bit. We're gonna keep going here. Next, we're on the vertibird. We see a leading character. I believe this is one of the main cast members, if I am not mistaken, that we saw that was cast. I've done all the videos on the casting of everything. What up, everybody on TikTok? It's good to see you. So they're flying in the vertibird. It's cool. We get to see some of the interiors of the vertibird. It looks very like old tech. Totally fits in with the Fallout universe. Love it a lot. The cockpit there is pretty cool. They're flying. This guy's out of breath. Maybe they're fleeing from something. Another flash, dark. And then, of course, we get our leading beautiful gentleman, the wonderful Brotherhood of Steel guys. We got plenty of images of the power armor through all of the leaks that we saw for the show. Quite an absolute large bit. So, seeing all of them walking and seeing how kind of they're obviously the Fallout 4 version, which we knew, or Fallout 76, same thing. Very clunky, but this is all stuff we knew was going to be in it based off prior leaks. So it's not a lot of new. And of course, the vault door opening, which we did see in official promotional material, which was very cool to see. Again, I've broken down all of that on YouTube prior to the strikes, but now that the strikes are over, very exciting. We get to talk about it. So you see here, the vault door is opening. This is obviously Vault 22. It's the only numbered vault that we officially have confirmed. We also know of Vault 23, right? Yeah. 22, 32. I got to double check on that one. We'll see. Okay. So again, we have seen this. This is the promotional stuff that you can see for what they tweeted out. The official Kilter Films tweeted it out. Amazon tweeted it out. A bunch of other things tweeted it out. And you can see someone is lying on the floor in here. This vault door is open. This is an actual practical effect. So I've been told by someone that was working on the set, who I'm not going to disclose their information too much, but yeah. I am not going to be in Good Springs this weekend. It's just not feasible financially right now. By the way, someone asked on TikTok. Okay, so vault door is open. Another flat. It's like a lot of like little vignettes that we're seeing. This one I'm pretty excited about, and I can't show too much of it on the old clock app because they're a little weird about stuff. But it's kind of a Western style little city, and I think we saw this city. Interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure that this is actually Los Angeles, California. We saw that a coffee shop, funnily enough, talked about Fallout TV show being set in LA. I think that was an accidental leak on their part because I reached out to them and they were like, oh, we just Googled Fallout and it said LA, which I think was a really cheeky cover of theirs to cover the fact that they were totally leaking a bunch of information about the show. Super funny to me. I think that's personally hilarious. I don't know, like that to me is so funny. So this is our leading man, Walton Goggins, the ghoul, and we get a close up on his face a little later on. I don't want to show you all of it because I don't want to get in trouble for the pew pews, but there's his little face. He's doing well. He's a cutie patootie. Definitely a goofy looking ghoul, like very Fallout 3. Now, I think that this is actually, I don't want to say it's AI. It could be CG, but it doesn't look as good as I want it to, this next sequence. So this is Los Angeles, California, obviously. We're seeing drop day, as it were, and then a little bit of the audience. That's not actually part of the preview. Boom, boom, boom. Total drop day action. And, that's it. That's it. That's the whole little sneak preview trailer we got at Gamescom because they couldn't actually make a real trailer, in my opinion, because of the strikes that are now over. So that's what we got. And then, of course, we also got the promotional material. So I'm going to pull that up. That just came out very recently with the official announced date. So I'm going to go over to Kilter Films. That's the studio. They teeny tiny following, which is very funny to me. All right, I'm gonna pause that. We're gonna change the ratio for you guys so you can actually see everything here. Super helpful. I'm definitely going to be talking more about how ironic it is that Amazon is making this show. Like, there is a very thick layer of irony in that, which I find to be somewhat hilarious. Okay. We're just getting our ratios right. Okay, here you go. So this is the tweet by Kilter Films, and it was posted everywhere, the official Fallout page. Apparently the name of the show is Fallout. Like, we saw Project Hundo, try to keep it secret, Project Hundo. All over the promotional stuff. I guess that didn't hold up for whatever reason. Very odd to me. Yeah. It's just a funny little thing, like kind of odd to me. I honestly don't know. Silly is really what comes to mind in my mind. Like, why did they do this like fake promotional like name of the show that didn't actually happen? I don't know. I honestly, I don't understand. It's very goofy, y'all. Oh gosh. Okay. Alrighty then. All right, you ready? Here we go. So this is their little promo. Again, they didn't share a preview. There's sound, but it's pretty typical sound. I don't feel like I need to share it. Is there stuff that's discernible in here? If anyone knows, I don't know. It's hard to say. So Pip OS, which is very cool. And it's saying the date for the Robco, which would be interesting if you were to take that date of like when this Pip-Boy was released, because the Pip-Boys do have different like release years technically. So it would be interesting to look at like, oh, what is the release year? Is it 2075? What Pip-Boys came out in 2075? That kind of thing. Oh, nice. Talking about the Old World Blues mini boss. It's a lot interesting. Okay, so we're seeing some version numbers from some 64K RAM system. It's good, it's not bad. There's a holotape 101 _ the end, which is super interesting. What is 101? 101 is obviously a vault we find in Fallout. I'm interested to see more about that. Is there going to be some DC involvement in this game, where there's reason to think perhaps. Obviously we get the ROM, which is Kilter Films, that's the studio. Vault 33, sorry, it wasn't 22. I don't know why I said 22 earlier. 33. So Kilter something PB 33 is, I'm assuming, the vault, and that's where it is. We're gonna load in. Did we get anything from that? I think just a kind of a load menu. I kind of want to wait. No, just kind of visual glitch here. Now, obviously, we get this very typical thing of Vault Boy, like at the computer. This is just a perk, obviously, that we see throughout the Fallout franchise, throughout the Fallout games. No shock there to me, honestly. Like, that's just a pretty typical look in Vault Boy. I'm not seeing anything extra. We see stat, inventory, data, map, radio, very typical HUD for Pip-Boy. And then we got notifications at the bottom here. I'm trying to see it. Radiation. Power. So power, I guess power for the Pip-Boy, potentially power for power armor. Who knows? Okay. We're gonna keep watching. I don't think we're getting a lot. Obviously, we're getting the release date. Yes, it's American date format. Everyone was confused when this happened. That's April. Get the little sound effect, very typical for Fallout. And then it cuts to this scene of the thumbs up. It's not a lot, really, to work with. And I think it is kind of interesting to note that like some of the HUD stuff kind of does look quasi-slapped together, without, for lack of a better way of saying this, honestly. In the corner where there's the gears, it kind of just looks like pasted from other HUDs, which is kind of interesting to me. And then on the other side here, it looks like there's like some kind of chat message thing, but well, keep it going. There's some visual static, obviously, and we click out of it. It would be interesting to see if all of this, it appears to be just a lot of zeros. Like I'm really having a hard time getting anything out of the this pop-up here. It's blurry. Like the resolution is compressed. So I'm not getting a ton out of it. Although I will say that it says like launch, memory, efficiency, CPU, things like that. So I really don't get a lot out of it though, because it is pretty compressed. Yes, we are talking about the Fallout TV show for everyone who was confused. I hope the Pip-Boy releases in 2060 or 69. Someone on YouTube said that's pretty funny, actually. Pardon. Going live for me makes my throat hurt. Yeah, so this is for the Fallout TV show now that the strikes are over as of 12:01 a.m. on the 9th, aka today, Pacific time, of course, because Hollywood. We're talking about it because we didn't get to talk about either both the little promo they did and then the thing that was leaked. Didn't get to talk about that. I will be doing a long form video on this on YouTube, so if you missed any of this live, you go check YouTube tomorrow at probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 Pacific time. It'll be up by then, hopefully. You know, I'm going to try and actually produce that tonight because we have construction going on in my house right now. It's very annoying. Yeah, so we're just talking about it now on live. It's very exciting. You know, the strike's now over. I've been waiting personally to cover the Fallout TV show until the strikes are over. And now I have actor friends posting on Facebook that they're allowed to go back to work. So it's very exciting. Tea. Yeah. Yep. It might be Friday. The post might go up on Friday. I'm going to be real. I have a lot of construction happening at my house right now. It's very irritating. Yeah, this is interesting. You really can't get much out of this little promo. I don't think they could have made a trailer because of the strikes, which is kind of funny. Yeah. Yep. All right, that is that little promo. It's just looping now, which is kind of annoying. Okay, let's go back to Fallout Films. We'll take a look at that trailer again, that bad little trailer. Cool. Yeah. There is no talking or anything in this. So it's really not worth you guys having sound. It's just kind of sound effects. And it's low quality because it's filmed. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Other than like, I think they're like, oh my God, I can't get over how goofy the ghoul looks. It does not look good. I'm so nervous about that. Oh, Walking Dead zombies look so much better than that. Like, whoo, that's rough, y'all. No, it's Walton Goggins' character, which the name we don't know yet is just Ghoul at this point. So that's another main character. This guy, I'm pretty sure. I remember, like, I've broken down the cast before, and with Nightwall. Yeah. Dang, this is crazy. I don't know how to feel. Yeah. Oh gosh, that Ghoul. Oh, that does not look great. I really think this is AI. I really think this is just very procedural. It does not. I don't know. Maybe it's not. And then the little N just says Fallout. No name. Fallout. Kind of. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about the fact that it's just Fallout. You know, like I think it needs its own name. I think it needs its own name. In all honesty, oh gosh, it's making me itchy. It's making me stressed out right now. Oh my gosh. Is there proof that's real? Yes, this was presented at Gamescom by Todd Howard. This is 100% a real promo. And I am nervous because the quality is a little interesting. It's not my favorite. Oh, lordy. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm nervous, guys. For real. Todd made it himself. Yes, he handcrafted it in his kitchen and prepared it for all of us. Todd did. No. It just works. I am nervous, guys. I am nervous that they didn't come up with a real title for the show. I don't know. I think it's going to be confusing now too because the Fallout tag is going to be just inundated with TV show stuff. So if you're like a Fallout creator and you're looking up Fallout stuff, or you're a Fallout fan and you're looking up Fallout stuff and you're not caught up with the show, it's going to be riddled with spoilers. It's going to be a mess. They should have come up with a name that's separate. Obviously the games have numbers. The first Fallout doesn't. Obviously it's just Fallout. Which I think, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel, guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in both the YouTube chat? If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, if you're over on TikTok, please go check me out. Yeah, well, it's not going to take place only in Hollywood. I've talked about this ad nauseum on my YouTube. If you want to go check out my YouTube, go watch those videos. If you're on YouTube, go watch those videos where I talk about how much it's not just going to be West Coast. Obviously, there's going to be a good chunk of it in the West Coast. I don't think the whole thing is going to be on the West Coast. And I've given my reasons pretty big on pretty bigly on the YouTube. So the show, it is not Fallout 5. It's separate from the games, so they say. Even though there is LA involvement, which LA is in the original Fallout, the Boneyard. So the fact that it's like Todd Howard was like, it doesn't involve any games, but like it's in LA partially, that involves games. We know Vault 33 is in Los Angeles. We don't know where Vault 32 is, but that is another one we saw on materials leaks, things like that. Who knows where that is? So we'll see. I don't know how to feel. I'm definitely nervous though, guys. It's a little stressful to see, to finally like look at this in like a very deep way, because they're waiting for the writer's strike to end, after strike and writer's strikes to end. I was like, okay, like I need to cover this. I want to cover it, and I'm going to cover it with Ian on our podcast. We just recorded an episode, by the way. I need to post that I'll probably post that tomorrow. I might clip it for my YouTube, but yeah, like I'm excited to talk about it, especially with him. I want to hear his takes, because we've both been not crossing the picket line, but this will be interesting. I am nervous. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's exciting that the strikes are over. I'm very happy. I am happy that Oh, I don't know why I was getting live. There we go, the live chat. Okay. Yeah. 8 episodes. I'm hearing 8 episode rumors, and Ian was saying the same thing. Naiwal was saying the same thing, that it might be 8 episodes. Oh, with different protagonists. I think that could be true. I honestly think we'll get at least more than half of the episodes with Walton Goggins' character. I don't know, but a lot of people were thinking it would be an anthology, which is interesting. All right, Atomic Zombie 22 on YouTube asks, do you think they will still release the Fallout 4 Next Gen update this year? I don't think they're going to release the Fallout 4 Next Gen update this year. I think it'll come out with the Fallout TV show. Unfortunately, they're very focused on Starfield, which is fine. Like, Starfield deserves its focus, and they promised that Next Gen update before they push back Starfield's release date. So that's definitely part of it. Bethesda hasn't said a thing about it, and we are in November. Yep, we're not getting it this year. I think we'll get it with the show next year, potentially. But I don't think we will get it this year at all. That update was promised to us prior to them pushing the release date back for Starfield. So I think once the release date got pushed back for Starfield, it kind of just changed the game, sadly. But thank you for your question, Atomic Zombie 22 on YouTube. Can I like? No, I want to just say thank you. No, cool. It's going to be interesting. I especially think it'll be interesting if the name of the show is just Fallout. Like, that's going to create such confusion. I really hope they don't do that. But it will also help people find the show. But I also kind of want it to be like Fallout Los Angeles or Fallout Hundo or whatever they want to call it, like, because they had that code name for the show for the longest time. But I feel like it deserves its own name that's separate from the canon of, that's separate from the existing names. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have an opinion on nuclear. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it needs a different name. I think it's wild to me that it has the same name as just the games. Like, I don't know. It's disappointing, I guess, is where I'm at with that one. But it is what it is, It is what it is. I don't know. That's how I feel. I do think I love watching these little guys walk. They walk a little goofy. Look at them walking. It's a little goofy. It's a little silly looking. It's cracking me up. I'm sorry. Look at this. I've seen cosplayers have better range of motion, I swear. Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know. Silly, silly. Do we know how much the budget for the show is? No, I don't know the budget for the show. I don't think that's been shared anywhere I've seen, at least. It would be interesting to know. But also, you have to consider the fact that like post-production was happening during a writer's strike and actor's strike, and now they like have till April to finish it up. Is that enough time? Did the strikes impact it in a significant way? There's like a lot of questions, you know? So there are a lot of questions. I can't see it any other way. I have so many questions for how that's all going down. So I don't know. I'm nervous, guys. I'm for real. Like, I'm legitimately nervous. It's nerve-wracking. I have high hopes for the show is a question over on TikTok. Do I? I'm nervous for the show, I think, is really just kind of where I land for everything. Yeah, it really, for me, is just a strong layer of nervousness. And, yeah, I really don't fully know how to feel about, because I am both very excited and very scared, because I think there's so much that could go wrong with the show, and so much that could go right. Like, it's really hard for me to get super excited about it, because I think there's a really big potential for this to be an amazing thing, and for an amazing thing for me as a creator, blah, 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 right? But it's also could be a potential disaster for me as a creator, for just the Fallout franchise itself. Like, there's a level of it that is so nerve-wracking in that regard. That makes it really hard for me to get excited about it. I think being excited here, I'm gonna make it so you guys can see the chats for both YouTube and for TikTok, since I'm talking about both of them. I know there's a better way to do this, but we just in OBS doing our best right now. Yeah, so it is harder for me to get super duper excited. Yeah, and oh God, I wish I could get more excited about it, but I'm nervous. I'm just scared. It's scary. Looking forward to the Pip-Boy design. I think we figured out pretty definitively that it is at least a version of the Pip-Boy 3000. I have it right behind me. This one, the Fallout 4/Fallout 76 version, or not Fallout 76, sorry, just the Fallout 4 version. 76 did get its own version. Primarily everything from the show is from the modern, from 76 and Fallout 4. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have a lot of inspiration for the design of everything from Fallout 3 or New Vegas, which is really disappointing to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is what it is. But yeah, it's just not tan. It's like gold, or not gold. It's silver. It's like a shiny metal. It looks like, this obviously looks like plastic, because it is plastic, but I do think we'll get a cooler version of this, really. But I did break this down on a YouTube video. Please go check out YouTube if you haven't already. If you're on TikTok, please go check it out. I do have a full long ass series on the Fallout TV show, and I will continue posting about it now that the strike is over. Very exciting that that's over for me. All right. On YouTube, did you build a new PC yet with my Starfield AMD graphics card? I have it. I have the graphics card over there. I could go grab it if you guys want to see it. I should really get to building it, but no, because I quit my job to focus on school and doing content for a bit, and also my job was toxic. I posted about it on YouTube, y'all, if you want to go watch that video about why I quit my job. But yeah, I did quit it, and I have no regrets, as it were, because I was miserable in that job. I was so not having it, not having a good time. Hello there. Sorry, anytime someone says hello there, I hear it only in that accent. And if you know, you know. Hello there. Always on the move. I need to build that PC though, because the AMD did send me an amazing graphics card, and I really need to build that PC. So that's on my agenda, as it were. Total Snakes rule. Yeah. You guys want to see the graphics card? I can go grab it. Let me know in the chat. TikTok is a little less latency. Sorry, YouTube. I can never get the latency figured out. I've tried. But if you want to see the graphics card, let me know. I'll go grab it. Just hanging out over there. I did show that off on YouTube. Yeah. What's the card? Here, let's grab it. Uno momento. Enjoy my backdrop for a moment. God, my hair. Okay. So, oh Lord, this is not paid promotion right now. Y'all asked to see it. This is the graphics card that AMD sent me. Hold it up. Got the chat in the way a little bit. Hair in my mouth. So it's a Starfield one, very limited edition. They only made 500 of these worldwide, which is crazy that I have one of them. I don't understand why I got reached out to. I got a lot. I got almost everything you could get for Starfield besides going to space camp. Okay, so this is it. This is the box. There's the back end. It's very cool. This thing is at least, I don't know, 30 pounds, maybe more. It's heavy. Okay. I think I weighed it on the YouTube video. I don't think it's actually that heavy. But there you go. Oh, and it kind of lifts itself up, and I really don't want it to fall out because this thing's hella expensive. There it is. I'm not going to take it out of the box all the way. Oh, you can read the quote. It's heavy. And it is here, I'm holding it in. This thing, so I need to obviously build a PC to capture the essence, the glory of this, because I have an Alienware, and you can't even see into it because it doesn't have a clear case. So there you go. That's the graphics card that I got. That was a gift from Bethesda, I think. No, it was a gift from AMD. It was from AMD. It's kind of just a display right now at this point. So yeah, that is the card. I also got a collector's edition of Starfield directly from Bethesda. That's actually unopened because I also bought one, and I just haven't opened the one directly from Bethesda because I thought it was really cool. What else? They sent me a lot. Well, I know I have other stuff. Oh yeah, Bethesda sent me this mouse. Sent me the Stream Deck, which I haven't hooked up because I have another Stream Deck that Bethesda sent me during Fallout's 25th. Funnily enough, whatever. There you go. I need to hook it up. I don't stream a lot, so in this circumstance, it would be helpful. I need to get Streamlabs and all that figured out. Do you know when mods come out for console for Starfield? I don't know if we're getting mod support for Starfield. I don't mod on I don't mod on console. I could, I guess. I just personally, I mod on PC. So I don't really know. That said, I can't run Starfield very well on my PC because I have an older PC at this point. It's so funny that 2020 is now an old PC, but that's kind of how tech goes nowadays. That Starfield graphics card is going to look pathetic in like 3 years. It's like it's just how it goes at this point. It's very sad. Yeah. I like how you guys can see both the YouTube chat and the TikTok chat. The TikTok chat tends to be a little more talkative, for whatever reason. Although I'll switch this bad boy to live chat. Sometimes it don't want to work. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't remember if they said they're going to do mod support. So I don't want to don't quote me. I don't know off the top of my head. That card will be very relevant for a few years. I hope you're right, Brian, because I don't want to buy a new card anytime soon. They're expensive. Unfortunately, that I didn't get the CPU. Not that I'm going to look a gift horse in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very grateful. Thank you, AMD, for sending me that. Thank you, Bethesda. I think AMD is... I don't know how they found me, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know why I got one, but I'll take it. I'm like, I'm just amazing. No, I legitimately don't know why I got one. Oh, it's so funny. You can see all my like videos. These are just, if you're wondering, this is just like my videos. Just the titles of them. It was just showing up in the background. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I should probably click. There we go. That's probably a little less obtrusive for the people watching on TikTok. I hope that graphics card lasts me a few years. I'm gonna be sad if it doesn't. Bye. Have a good night. Hope you have a good one. What do we think? Are we excited for the writer's strike to end? Because it's very exciting. Hey, thank you for the finger heart. 2 finger hearts. I'm excited for that dang strike to end finally. You know what I'm saying? Like, geez. Actor strike, sorry. And I'm not mad at the actors. Let me be clear. The studio dragged its feet for a good amount of time. Whoa, we're getting roses up the yin yang. Thank you over on TikTok. This was shown at Gamescom, shown in Germany. Deutschland. I don't know how to feel. I love, like, look at the vertebrates. They're like so clean looking pre-apocalypse. Like, look at that. It's like so beautifully painted. It doesn't look sad at all. Yeah, the studios and the deal is only for 3 years that they struck. So we'll see how long this deal stays relevant or is good for the actors. As Atomic Zombie is saying on YouTube, yeah, the studios did a number. But I am glad that, obviously I'm glad as a creator that now I can talk about the Fallout TV show. Like, duh, I've been waiting for it to talk about that. But I am really glad for the actors that there's something happening that is in their favor at this point, because it's intense what happened. What was the precipice for this, or the catalyst, or whatever adverb you want to call it, whatever started this as like a concept that was in people's brains. It's very sad that it needed to happen, in all honesty. Like, that's where I'm at with it. It's sad that it needed to happen. I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that they struck a deal. I'm glad that the studios finally got with it and struck a deal. But it took a long time. Just say it that way. You know what I mean? Like, it took a good chunk of time. And again, not on the actors, on the studios. I'm glad it's over. People can now live again and earn money. 100%. I mean, like, most actors in Hollywood are not wealthy. Most of them have multiple jobs, are living paycheck to paycheck, like most Americans. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing that it's over. And it's good for us creators too, because this is also money for us. Like, this does represent the most views I get are around the Fallout TV show on YouTube. I get quite a considerable amount of views on TikTok. And I think I'm going to be posting my post-strike videos on Friday, not today, Thursday. Just because I'll have a little bit more time to produce it and everything, and kind of get content out for y'all on TikTok and y'all on YouTube as well. Please, again, if you're not already, go subscribe to my YouTube. It helps me out quite a bit. Also, on the stream on YouTube, sorry to the people on YouTube, there are ads that are happening. The ads do help me out, though. I make money on the ads. Like, that's why. So, no, obviously not entirely. If there were to be a premiere, would you be going? I would 100% go to a premiere. I would do that in a heartbeat. I know that Naiwal would do that as well. I'm definitely going to bug my contact at Bethesda about that, because I would love to go. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if all shows have a premiere, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like a little skeptical on it, just because the strike was probably very costly for the show, and all of that. I don't know if all shows have a premiere in that regard. Like, maybe if they do have a premiere, I will definitely beg. I'm not above begging to go. Obviously, that's like 6 months away. So we'll see. But definitely I'll be reaching out to my contact at Bethesda and being like, please, can I go to this, content creator, rapidly obsessed with Fallout. But I've gotten a lot out of Bethesda this year. So picture me and Todd Howard behind me. So there's plenty that's happened. So, but I would love to go if they do have one. Yeah. So long as there's not another strike. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like, what's your opinion on Fallout Western versus Eastern? So I'm guessing you mean like the early Fallouts versus the new Fallouts, Bethesda versus Interplay. I think comparing the two is very difficult because it's two different gameplay styles. I prefer the 3D Fallouts because that's the style of gameplay I like. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. The only thing now is to fight Microsoft for doing the exact same thing with AI, with voice actors in video games. Just saw the news report on that yesterday. Yeah, so that's another video Paul brings up in YouTube. It's another video I have in the works right now. Is talking about consent in video or in AI, the use of AI to produce whatever for video games, for anything. So there's obviously a huge conversation. I have to be very careful with my words because of YouTube and TikTok both kind of have these very specific rules. Here, sorry, let me click. Okay, so what I'll say is I think that oh God. I'm like struggling to like word this in a way that's not gonna get me dinged by the either the algorithms or whatever. There's not a lot of consent involved for voice actors for mods and for like third-party things that get made not by studios with regards to the use of AI in video games. So when I say that, I mean like you can use AI to sample someone's voice, and it's so easy to sample someone's voice for a video game. You go into the game files and you can take every single line of dialogue they said that's either in the game or not in the game, every single option for every single response. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot that's spoken. And now that I'm doing like characters for mods, I realize how much is spoken. I can't talk a lot about it right now. I'm under an NDA for Fallout London. For Fallout Nuevo Mexico, I haven't signed an NDA, but I don't want to... I got to talk to the creator of that before I say anything more. Anyway... There's so much voice to sample to put into these AI things that can, replicate your voice, sing songs, whatever. Yes, there's entertainment value in it, but there's no consent that these people are giving to have their voices used in this way. It's a very interesting thing that's happening. So there's that. And then there's also the element that the studios themselves, not the modders, not the third-party people, can also do the same thing. They could take the voices they have on file, be like, oh, we want to use you for another video game, but we don't want to pay you. We own the rights to your voice here, so we're just going to reuse it through AI, which is really scary. Like, that's really scary. And also there's a level of it, which again, I can't talk about in blunt terms here. Maybe that would be something for Patreon. I don't know. But using people's voices to make inappropriate mods. Now, you can assume what that means. And there's no consent involved with that. People don't necessarily want their voices used in that way. It's not what they signed up for. Again, they're not saying yes or no. I do think we're at the precipice of that being made illegal, specifically that iterance of it, anybody's voice to be used to make inappropriate things. Again, I can't say it in blunt terms, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Atomic Zombie says AI and consent is a huge issue. Congress needs to codify legislation to protect people from that. I'm with you. Like I'm working on a deep dive video on that as well. It's definitely something that is, yeah, as Largemouth Bass on TikTok says, AI is terrifying, and I'm with you. It is such a concern, and the fact that these voice actors can have their voice taken in this way and used to do something they didn't consent to do, that is so scary. That's so intense. That's so upsetting. Yeah. So there's a video in the works on that. The fact that I'm doing this, and if you're a member on YouTube, you may have seen this, but I am doing a voice acting class with a voice actor from Fallout, from Elder Scrolls, Wes Johnson, who is really nice. I'm taking a class with him right now, and a bunch of other voice actors and aspiring voice actors. He's talked about this on Twitter. It's very interesting. It's definitely worth looking at. But I'd be interested to find out more as I get deeper into this class with him. Obviously, we're during class we're talking about class, but I hope to find out a little bit more and kind of pick his brain on that, because it is interesting to me, this issue. Am I excited for the Fallout TV show? Space Oddity asks. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. It's scary that we're gonna have to get used to it. It's inevitable. See, I think that mentality of like, it's inevitable, there's, that inevitability, or that like whatever slippery slope or whatever you want to say, it's kind of, I don't want to discount your argument. I just think that it doesn't have to be inevitable. And I think that inevitability of certain issues that we have, like in the American public, the national public, wherever, that like that inevitability is such a thing that's used as like, oh, well, that's inevitable. We kind of just have to get used to it. But on the other side, there's all of those expressions of like, if you're in a bath that's slowly going to boil, you're not gonna notice it, right? Because it's gradual. But I don't necessarily think that it needs to be inevitable. And I think the feeling of saying it's inevitable is almost a bit of complacency. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be in that complacent place. I want to push back against it. And I think, obviously we got the writer's strike, we had the actor's strike, both ended now. But that AI was a big issue of both of those strikes. And now it is looking like we're going to have that video game strike, video game voice acting strike, which, yeah. I'm not mad at the strikes themselves. More what I'm feeling is just frustration that they even need to happen. But it's kind of going that way, So I hope we don't have this strike, because it's the same thing as with the Fallout TV show. And, for me as a creator, it's not about me, right? But it is a lot of my income. So not a lot. It is like my primary income right now. That doesn't mean it's a lot of money, but it is my income. Yeah. So the reason I say that is I'm nervous that it will be the similar thing where we're not allowed to cover it, etc. But like, so be it. I won't cover it. I'm not going to cross a picket line. Fortunately, now that the other strike's over, I can cover the TV show. So it's a little bit of whew for me. But, other video games, I don't know where creators are going to go, if for what it's going to mean for mods. Like, can we do our voice acting as volunteers? I'm not getting paid to be a voice actor in any of these mods, but I'm excited to do it. So we'll see what happens. Basically, what happened is the union for the voice actors approved a strike. So if it got voted on, which there's no strike right now, but they did approve one if they need to, essentially. They were like, yes, we will strike if need be. I'm hoping for the best. I'm just stuck in this mindset based on what I've seen. I understand that. And I think that, is definitely a self-preservation thing that a lot of us have to have, like, for sanity, to not feel stressed, crappy, whatever. But I do think that there is change that can happen. And I do think that the strikes this year for the actors and writers, respectively, has made an incredible difference. And that's something we need to hold on to for the video game side of thing. And the other thing I'm going to talk about in my video too is this deep dive into consent and voice acting for video games, specifically in mods as well, is we have this history in the United States specifically where we tolerated certain things online, certain inappropriate things, until we didn't, right? So when I say that, I mean specifically, and I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember this, but there was a site called isanyoneup.com. Thank you, Paul. So there was that site where people could post inappropriate images of people that they had been with in the past, right? I can't really get explicit with that here. It's just not that I can't on this medium. That's just how it is, unfortunately. And then that was legal. That was okay. Those people took those pictures of themselves and then they sent those pictures of themselves to the people that were posting them. So it was considered, well, it's your fault for taking the picture, right? It's your fault for doing whatever you did. You took the picture. You made that choice. So that site would have a bunch of people's pictures, right? And there were other sites, obviously, and there's plenty of sites on the internet, let's be real. And it got to this point where the person who ran that site, right, got arrested. I think he's in prison now. He did a lot of bad things, right? Hosting that site was very, I don't know, morally terrible, in my opinion. But with all that happened with that, revenge, can't say the word again on either of these platforms, but that's no longer legal, right? Even if that person sent you whatever, they sent it to you, they gave it to you for you, not to post on the internet, right? So the way I think that this connects to the AI part of it is it's a little less, but it's also a little more in certain contexts. So the way I think that it connects is, yes, you consent to your voice being used for a video game, for a mod, right? When you do that voice, you aren't consenting to it being used in other contexts. And I think it's the same thing with what happened with the revenge stuff, right? I can't say the full thing, but they consented to that picture being taken and sent, but they did not consent to it being posted on the internet for everyone to see. So to me, it's similar, and both are of a inappropriate nature, right? So those two things are similar, where we had this mindset, oh, it's okay, you did that, that's on you. So now you could say that for the other side, oh, it's okay, you consented to your voice being used, to your voice being owned by this company, whatever. Tough, now AI can do whatever. But then on the other side we had, oh, well, that's not right, that's illegal. Now it's not legal to do that, right? I think that there is some kind of thing that needs to happen here. You guys aren't seeing my hand gestures on the other side, on the AI voice acting side, because it's similar. They're not consenting to their voice being used in this specific nature. So that's personally where I stand on it. I know they're not a direct comparison, but in my mind, they are like quasi similar in the respect that it's like, it's using something for an inappropriate purpose or for something that wasn't intended. And that's where I'm at with it. So I am doing a deep dive video on this. I want to get a little bit further in this voice acting class so I could pick some of their voice actors' brains on this one, because I think it would be really interesting to chat with other people about this, because it is definitely a pressing issue, and I think it will get addressed in a way similar to revenge. Y'all know what I'm saying. Got addressed on a national scale. So, but yeah. That was a long answer. I hope that made sense. R.I.P. Omegle. I'm honestly glad Omegle is gone. I think Omegle is about to be in some legal hot water, and I think that's why they're gone, to be perfectly honest with you. Omegle is definitely a place where people are exposed, talking about inappropriate things, to inappropriate things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm really happy for you. Omegle's been around since I was a little kid, since I was like 13, and I'm 30 now. So I seen it too. Like both younger millennials and Gen Z grew up with Omegle, and I am glad personally it's gone. Sorry to Omegle lovers. That needed to go. There are weird people on Omegle, and I'm glad it's gone. So. Yeah. That's where I'm at, y'all. I am glad it's gone. I'm Mark. I'm glad that you had a good experience with Omegle. I as a woman on Omegle, I did not have a good time. Still used it though. Terrible. Yeah. There was also chat roulette, which I don't think chat roulette exists either. I don't remember. I remember using both, and both were a bad time. Yeah, I am kind of glad they're gone, because I do think predators use both of those. And not just think, I've like seen it, like, whoa. Creepy. Okay, Omegle is hell. Funk Daddy says this. I've seen things worse than your great grandfather saw, I'm assuming, in World War II. You know? I don't doubt it. I'm sure there's going to be some version of Omegle floating around DuckDuckGo or something like that. You know, like nothing that is ever really gone. Let's be real. And the one on DuckDuckGo will be 10 times worse. Or Tor or whatever, you know. Yeah. All right, we're going to watch this. There's new people in the chat. We're going to watch this one more time. Watch it one more time. Just tell me what you think. Gosh, I'm so nervous for this show. I think it's so funny. They were like, Todd was like, you have to do something at Gamescom. And they were like, we're in the middle of a strike. We can't make a trailer. And he was like, you gotta just throw a clip show together of all the stuff you have somewhat finished. And they were like, are you sure? None of it's actually finished. And he was like, just do it. Just do it. Add a lot of lens flares. Add some CGI explosions at the end. Wrap it up. Ship it out. There you go. Like that is, I feel like that's the exact conversation our boy had. They were like, well, we have some cool vertibird scenes and we have a really cool like power armor walk and that's about it. And he was like, sick. What else you got? And they were like, nothing. This vault door opening, but it's not much. Cool. And this Western scene, 2 seconds of it. Okay, I'll take the 2 seconds. Anything you got, honestly. And that's what we got. I do not, you guys, I hope we get a higher quality version of this with, obviously there's going to be voiceover. Now that the strike is over, there's going to be voiceover. But do you think this is AI? I don't feel like, unless it was just a very quick CGI job, which like now the industry, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but like the way that the like CGI is now is worse because of like how the industry works, which is really interesting. Actually, when CGI kind of had this like heyday in the early, I just watched a whole YouTube documentary on it, or a couple actually, like 3 or 4, because I think it's really interesting. But CGI had this like crazy heyday in the early 2010s, and then they cracked down on the studios, and they were like, you can't work these people this long. It's unethical. They're working 20 hours a day. It's not good for their eyes. It's not good for their brains. It's not good for anything. And they're like, okay, we won't work them as much, but then we also don't want to, and they were also like, you have to pay them more. And they're like, cool, okay, well, we won't work them as hard, but we're not going to pay them more. And we're not going to hire more people to make up for the time we're losing because these people can't work 20-hour days. So CGI got worse because the studios were cheap about it. Irony of ironies, you know, like after all these strikes, it's like the same thing for CG. They were like, okay, well, we don't want to follow the rules. We're just going to like take the L and CG is just going to look bad now, which I think is really funny because I think we're honestly seeing that at the end of this little sequence here because I don't know, guys. I don't think that looks amazing. Maybe I'm spoiled, but like I go back and I watch Pirates of the Caribbean and I'm like, dang, Pirates of the Caribbean look good. It did not look bad. Yeah, so it's interesting to see. But I'm so curious. Do you guys think that this end sequence here is CG? Because I really think it is. Look at, okay, that I think, not practical, but maybe on a crane. It wouldn't be that high up, right? That's, I don't know, it's like 50 feet off the ground. They could do that with a crane, which would be cool. Or, I'm trying to think if this is an osprey. We're going to pull up a picture of an osprey too. To also look next to this. Is that what it's called? It's called an osprey, right? O-S-P-R-Y. Osprey. Osprey, yes. Not the bird. Not the bird. Osprey plane? No, it would have been cool if they, instead of doing the vertibird, they just did an osprey, honestly. Because, like, part of me is like, it almost looks like this. If that's a practical effect, that looks decent. You know what I'm saying? But here, I'm going to get this actually on the screen. I need to add another window. Window display, window capture, number 7. Where is the osprey? Osprey plane, Google search. There it is. Okay, what do you guys think here? What do you think? What quality is that clip? The quality of that clip is potato. And there's a reason for that. It was an event that was closed door. So someone just just filmed the screen. Someone took one for the team so we could all see this and filmed the screen at Gamescom. All right, I'm trying to get a good image of the Osprey, Boeing Osprey. Just gonna be some Osprey information in the background of the TikTok chat. That's fine. We just really want to look. What do you guys think? It's not an Osprey. I want it to be an Osprey though, because it would have been cool if they just got a working Osprey for the Fallout TV show and they just called it a vertibird. You know, let's just wrap that up. Have a working Osprey for the Fallout TV show. That would have been sick. How cool would have that been? Look at that. I don't know. I would have rather seen the working Osprey. Hello, guy over on YouTube. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I want the working Osprey. I want it. Give me the working Osprey. Just make that the thing, you know? Why not? Oh my gosh. I'm like struggling. I have 2 screens and I still doesn't feel like enough. Okay. Why not? What's wrong with a working Osprey? Oh. Oops. Oh my. That's... I don't know. Would you guys have liked a working Osprey as opposed to like an actual... I mean, they're not making... The budget ain't that high. They're not making a functional vertibird for a TV show. But it would have been... I don't know. I feel like it would have been kind of cool if they just used an Osprey and called it a vertibird, you know? Or like... It's the same tech. Like, they're the same thing. I'm not expecting perfection. No, I don't think it. I think it's super reasonable to not expect perfection for the show. Look how cool. I've seen Ospreys because I live next to a couple military bases. So I've seen them take off. They're so cool. Look at this. This is from the Air Force, by the way. That is sick. That's so cool. I mean, it's like a helicopter and a plane baby. Whereas like the vertibird, I don't feel like it always had this propeller blades up. Like I don't feel like they tilt fully forward to become like that lift, you know, like Ospreys do. They're sideways. Like that's completely sideways when they're flying, and they have the little back wing too. Whereas the vertibirds don't have that. So now I kind of want to watch. Yeah, they kind of have a back little I don't know. Ospreys are so cool. I'm nerding out low key on the Ospreys here, guys. That's okay though. I hope. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's a plane copter. Right now I'm just reading about the Osprey. Sorry. Am I saying it right? I hope I'm saying it right. If I've said it like 50 times and I'm saying it wrong, it's gonna be embarrassing. Yeah, that's true. It would have cost a lot for it to be a real Osprey for the show. Hey, I don't know, man. Like going to the military, I know there's some nerds in the military that like Fallout, and they would have been like, all right, you know, let's waste billions. They are so cool though, guys. They also could have just had B-roll of an Osprey. Like, that would have been cheap. They could have just bought B-roll of an Osprey flying, and, like, that could have been in the show. Just saying. Just saying. It'll be interesting to watch the show. One of my few shows I'm very keen in watching. Paul, I'm with you. I'll be covering it on the podcast with Nywall. We're both pretty excited about it. He actually texted me tonight. He was like, what did he say? He said, SAG AFTRA strikes is over at 12:01 p.m. or a.m. And then he had little clappy hand emojis. So yeah, he's pretty excited too. I mean, I'm pretty thrilled to cover it with him. So on our podcast, which a new episode is going to drop pretty soon here. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just staring at Ospreys now because I think they're sick. This is sick, dude. Look at this one. What's going on there? Why are all the blades pointing one direction? That's trippy. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting nerded out over Ospreys. I know they're different than vertibirds. I don't care. They're so cool. Look at that one flying. So special. Now I want. I know that an Osprey being in the Fallout TV show is absolutely unreasonable. I don't care. I don't. I'm excited for the show, guys. I am nervous as heck, but I am excited. It'll be cool. All right. I'm going to head out. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Please, if you are over on TikTok, I know there's only a couple of you right now, please go over, follow me on YouTube, watch my Fallout stuff on YouTube. It is amazing. Look up Ospreys at Night with Lights. Okay, wait, we're going to do that real quick before I sign off, okay? It's very important that we look up Ospreys at Night with Lights. It's very important for science. Okay. Very, very important. I want to see it. I'm ready for it. Whoa! Okay, guys, this is sick. What? That's dope. That is dope. Look at it's like the gamer keyboard of military operational vehicles. Like this is like the RGB of military equipment. We gotta watch a video. I gotta watch a video of this. I gotta see it. Look at this bad boy. Okay, we're gonna make it a little bigger for you guys on so you can see it a little better. All right, I want to show me the Osprey. I want to see it. That's not cool. What? Oh, look at that. That's dope. Why don't vertibirds do that? Oh, that's sick, dude. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that bad boy. Oh, man. That's so cool. I've never seen them with lights before because I do live by a couple bases and I've seen them fly multiple times. But, wow. That's so cool. Oh. This is filmed on a potato, but I love it. That is so cool. Man, the Ospreys at Night are gamer keyboards. Like, prove me wrong, guys. Prove me wrong. This isn't giving a gamer keyboard for you. Look at that. Come on. That's a gamer keyboard right there. That energy is giving gamer keyboard. Thank you, Jonas. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. All right. Oh, sorry. There's just an ad for a skirt. That's cool. That's cool. I love it. I live for that. I want to see an Osprey at Night in person now. Forget drone shows. You know what I want? Osprey at Night. That's not keyboard. It's keyboard energy is what I'm saying. It's like rainbow keyboard energy as I sit here in front of my rainbow keyboard and my colorful mouse. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I very much appreciate it. Y'all are wonderful. There's going to be more Fallout TV show stuff happening in the very near future. In the very, very near future. If you haven't already, please tune in on YouTube. That's where I have all of my previous Fallout show stuff happening. There's a whole playlist for it. You'll be able to check that out. Please go check that out. If you're on TikTok, please go check that out. I'm going to end it on TikTok. Later, TikTok. Love you. Have a good one. There's a little less of a delay for TikTok, so we're ending them first. Peace, TikTok. All right, cool. YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. I super appreciate it. I'm very excited that the strike is over. I think it's really great that it's over. We needed this strike to end. So this is very exciting. And thank you just for tuning in. I know it wasn't like the most structured live, but I had a good time doing it. A long time too. Thank you. Thank you for watching through the ads. That helps me out. Thank you for not clicking away during those ads. I know they're annoying. I tried to not do them too frequently. But I do appreciate that you guys hanging out and watching through the ads. Means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Please keep an eye out for the stuff that's coming. We got so much Fallout TV show stuff to talk about now that we can. Very exciting for me as a creator. I'm also very excited for all the actors who now are able to work again. Super exciting. All right. I love y'all. Have a safe and wonderful day in the wasteland, and I will catch you in the next live or video or whatever, Instagram post, who knows. Peace.